Hello, and welcome to NatFun, a live-recorded tabletop role-playing adventure game where the dice and a few friends tell the story. My name is Jackie, and I am your game master tonight, and I'm joined by a few friends, so let's roll into some introductions.
My name is Jeremy, and I'll be playing Raceland.
My name is Dan, and I'll be playing Eldrin.
My name is Erin, and tonight I will be playing Princess Edwina.
My name is Matt, and I will be Roland once again.
Now, before we start our adventure, we do have some shoutouts. After each session, players write down shoutouts to each other on our adventure Google Doc to highlight fun stuff that each other did in-game. It's a great way to support each other, mention cool character moments, and earn GM inspiration. We're going to use a spinner to pick and feature a couple of shoutouts tonight. The first one will grant the recipient GM inspiration, and the second will grant the person who posted it GM inspiration. So you guys should have your episode 9 shoutouts in the journal tab. First number of the night is 9.
Okay. This is from Matt to Dan Eldrin. Not giving into the metagame and finding Roland and looking for Lord Dario. Great job exploring. I also just want to go into the dice room like you do, and I haven't gotten there yet.
Nice. That's a really good point. It's hard when you as a person know what you want to do, but your character wouldn't necessarily do that because they didn't know that happened. So that was a really good job of committing to that, for sure. All right, so point of GM inspiration today.
Ruining it for everyone else.
All right, and next one is 13.
That is to Erin / Edwina for her part where she turned around and quieted the laughing crowd when the performance was about to start or was happening. I thought it was a great detail that added to the whole description of what was going on, and I liked your role playing in that moment. So
Thank you. Thank you.
So technically that would have been a point of GM inspiration to Dan / Eldrin for receiving the first comment, and then again for being the person who posted it. So instead, what do you guys think about reading a third one tonight, and that person will get the poster, the GM inspiration?
Let's do a third.
Sure. Sounds good.
It's always
to me.
funner when you add a third, right?
Nickel?
Whoa.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, and the number is 8. 8 is the number.
Oh, 8 is the number. To Jeremy Raceland. Can't touch this dance with the scotch across the dance floor. Totally made my night.
Yeah, that comes
Just
from personal
fell into it.
experience.
It had a visual, it had rhythm, it just actually put me in the moment, and you just fell into it. It was smooth, and your character was there. Really good.
Thank you, sir.
Nice. So that is a point of GM inspiration to Dan / Eldrin, if you don't already have one on your character sheet, and a point of GM inspiration to Jeremy / Raceland. Thank you guys for all of your shout outs. And with that, let's jump into some NatFun. Starting with the synopsis.
I didn't know there was a spot on our character sheet for that.
Yeah, buddy. So, in our last episode of When Thunder Rolls, our adventurers had split up to look for Lord Dario at his 3-day grand ball event. Roland scanned the room, and with a bit of luck, spotted the telltale pompadour of the man himself. But as he moved across the ballroom towards the doors he had just left through, he was stopped by an unfamiliar face who knew him. Eltheria Estrata, noblewoman and fellow contestant to Eldrin, asked him to dance. Unable to say no in such a social space, he obliged, until he had an opportunity to backflip, with the flourish of course, out of the formal dance and continue his path towards the Lord. Dario, not the Lord that, yeah.
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Back at the bar, Raceland agreed to dump all the potion bottles his new friend had supplied into the punch bowl. But he got caught. by a shrewd businessman who cajoled him into each of them drinking one potion, before he bought the others off Raceland and let him walk away undetected, but with a little bit of acne. Edwina and Eldrin made a break for Nessie, arriving at a dimly lit room with a live band and a stage. At Nessie's urgence, they sat in the audience for her breathtaking jazz performance before being told she had no idea where Lord Indario was. And Eldrin went exploring, and although he was dressed as a peacock, he had no desire to strut his stuff on the catwalk. Yeah, he didn't do a little turn on the catwalk. Roland eventually caught up to his mark, but was not allowed into the next room until the next scheduled grand reveal. But eventually he and Raceland convinced the servant to open the doors early, and the party met back up with a very large crowd of nobles for the next grand reveal. Standing center stage in a bedazzled farmer's outfit and in front of 3 red curtains stood Lord Indario, announcing in a showy voice to his guests that he was going to show them something that would change the lives of the people of Astrante.
It is the bedazzled outfit. I feel like that would change the lives of many farmers.
Ted inspired him. All right, so you have before you this large ballroom. Not quite as big as the last one you came from, but still a very large room. There's tapestries hung on the walls. There's very nice furniture, and kind of at the far end in the middle is this barely elevated stage. Like, it's a stage, but it's not like a huge stage you'd have to jump and climb up on. You can see a little bit of fencing below these 3 curtains that are hung up with Lord Indario in front of them. The man who announced everyone at kind of the trials that you did in the beginning is standing next to one of the curtains with his hand up on it. And you guys weren't the very first ones in the room because you decided, Raceland and Roland, I believe, decided to hang back and let everyone catch up. But if you want to go ahead and drag your tokens where you think you'd be standing, I just threw some random people tokens on there. The stage is, I can draw a little rectangle for you. The stage is here.
I think second row sounds good for Edwina.
Eldrin will just be slightly behind her. He has no interest in being in the middle of a crowd for no reason.
And just, Raceland and Roland, you already had tokens on there. You didn't have to get new ones. It's all good. I deleted them. The world does not need 2 Rolands.
I didn't know that.
His long lost twin.
Ronald, the long-lost twin.
Oof.
Roland McDonald.
That's where I was going to.
All right, so you hear a loud tap, tap, tap on the floor, and then Lord Indario in front of these 3 curtains. Aha! Thank you for coming to the next grand reveal. I'm so excited to share this with you. As you can see, we have 3 displays of great work that is guaranteed to improve the lives of everyone both in and around Astrante. And he kind of pauses. And eventually, do you see a noble nod, oh yeah, and they start politely clapping. Ah, stop! I've been continuing Daddy's work and research at great cost, and here is a sneak peek of what I wish to provide the people. And he raises his hand, and the man that had his hand on the curtain pulls it down to reveal some really weird-looking foxes. These are foxcore hunters! Ah! They are experts at aiding in hunting. All the meat on the table, just to the side of the stage, was brought down by this pack of creatures just this morning. And they look like foxes, a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper red, but they have a lot of tails. A lot of tails. And each tail has kind of a spike on it. But they seem pretty chill. They're just in this little, small wooden pen. Ah, would you like to see more? And you hear some, ooh, ah, yay, from the other nobles in the room that are pretty impressed by this. For this one, I need a volunteer. And he holds his hand out, and there's a nobleman pretty close by that jumps up. Oh, it's my cue. And he walks up, puts on some weird-looking boots, and then Lord Andario raises his hand again. The next curtain drops in the middle of the stage.
Oh,
And you hear-
no. This is worse than the cows.
These are roostertrices. These are just like roosters, but better. They can protect their flock from wild creatures, simply turning them into stone until the owner wakes up the next morning. We are working on getting rid of that hideous visage. Ugh. Because if you've ever seen character art of cockatrices, they have like a lot of vulture-like wattles and hanging bits and bobs. So it looks like a gorgeous rooster, except for the top bit. Farmers only need to wear enchanted boots to be immune. Or, of course, treat their livestock kind and fairly, blah, blah, blah. And he gestures for the nobleman that jumped up to get into the pen. So the man nervously throws one leg over, kind of has it like one eye closed, and one of the roostertrices walks over and kind of pecks at the boot. Nothing happens. Throws his other leg over, walks in. They start pecking around his feet and hitting his boot here and there. You can hear the ding, 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 ding whenever a beak hits his boot. Nothing happens. Doesn't turn to stone. No ill effects whatsoever. Lord Andario grabs the man's hand. They raise their arms together, and you hear the nobles, ah, ooh, and clap again. Man climbs out and goes back into the audience.
I feel like this is all headed down
What's behind curtain
Uh-huh.
a
number
dark
3?
path.
Kill it with fire. Let's just start there.
And now, my favorite one. This one was my idea. Are you ready?
Good.
Nope. But yes.
Not even a little bit.
Oh, that's not good enough. I said, are you ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Raises his arm. Curtain drops. And I almost have to give props here to Matt because it is a very unique cow. It's a cow it is kind of like your standard black and white dairy cow, but their skin has a slight pink tinge to it for the white fur at least, and they have gorgeously long hair on their neck like a horse's mane. Then out of their forehead is this beautiful, almost shimmering looking horn. This is the Cownicorn! It's a cow with unicorn horn releasing spell of calm emotions. It will keep livestock calmer and produce happier products. Plus, it's just stunning, isn't it? Not like the rooster thing. This one was my idea. Ah! Sir Archival Magistrate said it wasn't ready, but clearly it is. Here, hold my drink. And he hands his glass over to the person that was, the announcer that was pulling down all the curtains.
Done.
And he reaches out with his left hand, grabs the horn of this Cownicorn, and leaps on its back. And it freaks out. And it starts bucking and absolutely tearing it up, spinning around, and it breaks the fencing of its pen, and the other ones fall down. And
There it is.
chaos. So, I like how you guys are like, oh yeah, it only took 2 minutes. That's what I was expecting.
That's what I'm always.
So now, I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative here, please.
Never trust the unicow.
Unicow 76. Okie dokie. Oh, and good. We're almost mostly unarmed. This should go well.
All right, Eldrin rolled a nat 20. He's at 22.
Nice.
Raceland rolled a 5.
Edwina also got a 22.
Oh, she beats me out with
Better decks, man.
But it's a 20, nat 20 though. Roland rolled a 16. I'll give him a minute to figure out why he is here and what choices he's made in life.
Raceland is confused as to why we are even rolling initiative right now. He's looking around going, what's going on? What's going on?
Well, Raceland doesn't have to do anything. All right. So that means first up by 0.01 because of that dex.
Edwina's going to go from like polite clapping because she's, just watching the people around her, like cheering them on, and sees this happen. As soon as the fence crashes down, she's like, oop, high alert. So danger sense enacted. And we are going to push past the nobles that are there in front of her. And we don't have Breaker's Beak, but you know what we do have? A beautiful parasol. And she's going to take that from her belt loop next to Fluffy. And she is going to pull it out like a sword. And she's going to kind of start brandishing it in front of the countercorn. Okay, Bessie. Okay, Bessie. Okay, Bessie. It's okay. But that's going to be just her action. And that'll end my turn. We're getting to the stage and we're going to try to calm the cow.
All right. So can you describe to me how you want to calm the cow?
Okay, well, she's got the parasol in case something happens, right? And she's doesn't want to brandish it right in its face, but kind of just okay, if something comes at her, she's going to use it to smack the cow. That's not quite like a held action, just like what I'm imagining. And she's just like, okay, Bessie, with one hand, it's okay, Bessie, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Yes, I know there's a weird man on your back. Everything's fine. But that's it.
Nice.
Nickel.
And it's kind of bucking and spinning a little bit and hasn't seemed to register you yet.
And that'll end my turn.
All right, Eldrin.
Eldrin's gonna go ahead and straight towards that noble that has those fancy boots on and demand those boots. Those magical boots.
Give me your boots.
All right. So tell me what you're going to say to demand them, and then roll an intimidation check for me, please.
He's gonna run up there and tell whatever this noble is, I need those boots. I'll put them to better use than you will. Just give them to me and get out of the way.
All right.
And then an intimidation. 21.
Nicely done.
Ooh, they rolled a 17. Ooh. So, absolutely. And he takes the boots off and gives them to you.
Sweet. So I'll use my action there to switch out the shoes I'm currently wearing. And I assume where was this noble just in general that I encountered? Was he fleeing, or where did I interact with him?
They probably wouldn't have had much time to react yet, so he was the one that was closest to the rooster treeses.
All right. So I will put myself up close to the stage there in the middle, and I guess that will go ahead and end my turn as well.
All right, next up we have some of the nobles. I just kind of split them into two groups so I don't have to roll for, 25 people standing in the room. They're just going to start running all over the place. It's not even rational where they're going. They are just flat out panicking. So some of them run to each other like, what do we do? I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. What do you do? No one really runs away that far, but it just kind of scatters people a little bit, and it does throw the animals off a little bit. There's so much motion going on. Roland.
Yeah. Nobody's drawn blood yet, so Roland is gonna short shift this just a little bit, but he is terrified of these rooster trees things. I don't even know why. He just knows he's afraid of them. Bad childhood, something. So he's gonna look at them, and he's going to cast.
Was it a meta dream he had as a child?
No, he's just terrified of them. They're ugly, they're roosters, he's had his feet pecked, he doesn't like farms and outdoors, and he said something about magic boots, and he knows he doesn't have magic boots. So, he looks at the rooster closest to him, and he casts vicious mockery on it. And he says, "You're so ugly, you could knock a vulture off the village poop wagon." And the chicken has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take psychic damage.
I think that's more of a chizard than a chicken.
What's the DC again?
15.
They rolled a 10.
Woo! Oh, that was epically bad. Wow. That is 5 points of psychic damage to the lead rooster.
And it looks at you, and its eyes bug out for a second, and it like turns its little head while you're talking, and then it just goes, and falls down.
Good. That was my action. Roland, he's going to move just a little bit east into the room, a little bit closer to the cow, but not within cow kicking distance. He still wants to stay about 15 to 20 feet from the cow. And that is the end of Roland's.
Copy that. So next up we have kind of that second round of nobles that are also just going to frantically run around. Ah! 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 And now we have Counicorn with Lord Endario clutching onto its back. It's going to continue to just like a bull rider scenario. He's on the back, holding onto the unicorn horn and like an arm just around the cow, and it's just spinning and kicking and calling out, and it is not super happy about this situation. So it's going to kick out twice. Ooh, it rolled real high. Let me roll a strength saving throw. All right, it rolled real high. It's going to cause a little bit of damage as Lord Endario gets like flung up high because he's only holding on to kind of the front end. So his body kind of goes up, and then as his body is falling a little bit slower, the cow comes up for the second buck and right in his stomach, and he takes a good amount of damage, but he is holding on for dear life. And he actually beat the Counicorn on the strength saving throw for the contested strength check to see if he got thrown off. So Lord Endario, someone help me! Next up we have our Foxacor hunters. There's two of them in there, and they just kind of cry out. I don't know, what do you guys think
What does
they would
the
sound
fox
like?
say?
And they each fling two of their tails, and little spikes fly out into the crowd.
That's not good.
And they roll, so they each get two attacks, a 17, an 8, a 10, and a 21. Now, our nobles are dressed in very fine clothes, and some of them have a little bit of armor, but some of the people that aren't in the really, really highbrow clothes, they're a lot squishier. So the first one totally hits a noblewoman who's running away, totally hits her in the back, and she's going to take 4 points of piercing damage. She is not looking so great now. Ah! Next one misses, flies over a woman's head. The 10, that one misses as well. It bounces off some plate that's like a little breastplate someone had underneath their formal wear. And then the other one's a 21. So it looks like it's going to miss. It actually goes over a woman's head. And then this tail spike, as it's in its downward arc, just about to hit the floor and slide, someone runs by and it catches them through the calf. Ah! And they take 6 points of piercing damage from that. And our little foxy guys are just on high alert. They've got a wide leg stance. All of their tails are up behind them. If you're Pokemon fans, they're totally like real life Ninetales. And now we are on to the cockatrices. They're just going to run in different directions. So I will roll some D12s to see which way they run. First one, 2 o'clock. Which runs away from everybody. Second one, 10 o'clock. Man, I should never have things run based on a D12. It just works against me. There's no fun in it. The other one runs to the 10 o'clock direction. It's really close to the Foxacor hunters.
Nothing can go wrong there.
That might be a self-solving problem. Just let this play out.
But it rolled a 6, so did not succeed. The Foxacor hunter is able to just jump out of the way, no problem. And that ends their turn. And at the bottom of the list, we've got Raceland.
Yep, he did not roll well. Raceland is going to move over towards this countercorn and try to cast a little something called Animal Friendship. And the description of that says that it lets me convince a beast that you mean it no harm. You can choose a beast that you can see within range. It must be able to see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration.
Nice. So what does Raceland say or do to try and convince this bucking countercorn with Lord Andario clinging for dear life on top of it that it's all right?
I think he just walks over and says, "Settle down, fool!" Not really. He walks over and sort of puts his hands out and starts shushing kind of thing, just to make, I guess, the calming noises to settle it down a little bit.
And as you start kind of moving your hands and starting that shushing sound, it does stop for just a second, and it turns and it looks at you, and it almost is bobbing its head with the shushes. And then it, how can I describe this?
Stabs me through the heart with that horn.
If you're lucky.
You give love a bad name. Pretty much. It looks straight at you, and then and just starts throwing its head and takes a step towards you. Not a mechanically measurable step in D&D, just a narratively flavored step because it has an intelligence higher than 4.
No.
Well, in that case, I guess we'll go with Plan B. Which I don't know what Plan B is, because I was really hoping that was going to work.
I refer to my original statement of burn it with fire.
Unfortunately, the only weapon I have is a dagger, and that could take a bit on a cow-sized enemy.
One piece at a time.
And that is
Alright,
going to end
does that end your
Raceland's
turn, or?
Yeah, I was trying to think of whether or not I had something that wouldn't take a full action, but I do not.
Alrighty. So before we start off at the top of the next turn order, you do notice, you hadn't seen them before, but from behind kind of where the curtains were, there's now running a whole group of people in kind of blue robes. They have a blue cap on. And you guys, almost all of you, saw the guy on the upper balcony that was next to Lord Andario. I think that Raceland, Edwina, and Roland saw him. It was only Eldrin that didn't notice him. Older elven man. And they run up and you see he like kind of scrunches his face and, "I told you this would happen, Lord Andario." And he grabs something out of his pocket and he throws down a glass vial that has kind of a little bit of plant material that's glowing a little bit. And as he throws it down and smashes it, he raises his hand up and he kind of twists his wrist in a circular motion and starts slowly manipulating his fingers and just twisting them and moving them up and down so it looks kind of like seaweed floating in the ocean while he's twirling his wrist. And then you watch a twisting pattern of colors and lights appear in the middle of the Rooster Treese's pen, which means all of the nearby creatures and people seem to get immediately drawn to it as if they're entranced because he cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Crap.
Is there a save on that?
There is. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, crap.
My favorite. That's a
And
2.
It's a 30-foot cube.
That's going to be a 2 for Edwina. It was right next to that pen.
Yep. If anyone's within 15 feet of that Rooster Treese's pen, you got to make a saving
All
throw.
right, that's gonna be for Eldrin. A 2. He's gonna go ahead and use his gem inspiration.
Come on, 3.
Try it again. It's a 4.
Eldrin, look at the pretty lights. They're so pretty.
Well, you know what? You rolled just as good as the Rooster Treeses, if that makes you feel any better.
It does.
They rolled a 4.
Oh,
Would Raceland would he be close enough that he would need to roll that?
I leave that up to you. Do you think that your character is within 15 feet of the center of the Rooster Tree's pen?
I guess he probably is. You said wisdom, so
Yes.
try it.
See if we can get double digits.
How's a 14?
If it meets, it beats. But did you have advantage for some reason?
Yes, because of Raceland's Fey ancestry, he has advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic cannot put him to sleep.
Oh, very cool. I dig it. Nice catch. All right, so Raceland makes the save. Roland, are you within 15 feet?
Actually, Eldrin has advantage on saving throws for being charmed as well. I do have Fey ancestry.
I was like, do you for real
I
life?
do.
He's a half elf, isn't he?
All right, so then if you want, because you rolled a 3 and a 4, you could re-roll your GM inspiration, but it's only one. It's one dice to rule them all. One more roll.
Let's do it.
Come on, 5.
14.
Nicely done, sir.
Nice.
Thanks, Raceland, for pointing
Roland.
that out.
Because Roland said he was about 15 feet from the cow, I believe he's just out of range. But
You're fine. It's theater of
No,
the mind.
yeah.
I was just asking who else needs to roll
yeah,
things.
no.
So, the Foxicore hunters, they rolled a 12. Counicorn came in strong with a 13. So all of the creatures have failed. Lord and Dario, 11.
Yes!
So, ooh, shiny. Like anyone had any doubt. And about a third of the noble people that were left in that area that didn't back up far enough are drawn to it as well. And you hear Sir Archival Magistrate, retrieve the creatures. They're the first priority. And his other little assistants or whoever they are that are kind of wearing the same garb as him. There's only 3 of them, but they all kind of start making moves. And for the Rooster Treeses, they have kind of just linen cloths that they wrap them in, because in real life you can just wrap birdies up in a little towel and they just hang out and calm down. So they do that to the Rooster Treeses. They pretty much try and do the same thing over to the Foxicore hunters, or have little crates that they put them in, because they're just shiny. But there's only 3 of them, so they get the 2 Rooster Treeses and 1 Foxicore hunter in their spot. So now we're up at Edwina.
Who's charmed?
These are really pretty lights. Roland, do you see the pretty lights?
I don't have a time right now.
And do I get a chance to do another wisdom save at the end of my turn?
Actually, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so while charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. Now, it only lasts for a minute, so there's urgency in getting all the creatures contained. But no, there's no saving throw on this one.
Oh, such pretties. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Eldrin.
Eldrin will go ahead and, I assume, climb up onto the stage and pull Lord and Dario off of this cow.
Good call.
To try to get him away from the creature.
All right, he has like a death grip on the cow because his body is still in panic mode. He's just distracted by the lights. So we're going to do a contested strength
Contested strength? Yeah.
roll off.
This should be entertaining.
So I will say that, actually, I will let you, because describe to me how you're trying to get him off the cow.
With
Well,
or without sharp
How is he
objects?
holding it? You said he's got his horn. He's got the horn and his arm over it.
Yeah, he's got left hand is clutching the horn, and the right arm is kind of going around its neck.
So Eldrin will take his right arm basically around the Lord's chest and neck and just try to pull him straight off.
All right, contested strength. So go and do athletics for me, please. Ooh, you have to beat a 19.
Got a 14. No good.
Nope. So you start to pull, and he slides a little bit, and then he goes, ah! And he panic grabs on even tighter, and he doesn't break free from the cow.
But
Now, would that activity jostle him out of his
his stupor.
trance?
I'm going to put my fist on my chin here into my thinking pose and go, Eldrin, were you doing this forcibly to shake him, or were you just trying to pull him off, and would he have been shaken out of that stupor?
Just trying to pull him off. I wasn't shaking him. I guess I'm not that aware of what it would take to disrupt his trance.
I love how you just embrace the chaos, Dan. It makes my heart so happy sometimes.
It's unfortunate.
All right, so because it wasn't a dedicated action to break him from his stupor, nope, he is still, lights.
All right, well, that will end Eldrin's turn.
All right, we've got our noblemen and women. Half of them continue to run away, or 2/3. I said only got about 1/3 of them. And then the other ones start taking a couple steps closer. They're so pretty. Roland.
Craptastic. He's actually worried about Edwina. He doesn't quite know this spell, but he knows something's wrong. So he's running to do the stupidest thing he's probably ever done, and he's going to try to tackle Edwina because he doesn't know if this is like color spray or if this is like one of those beams that melts things. He's going to run across and
Get
just
down, Mr. President.
just tackle her because if he loses his friend and meat shield, he's really up the creek at this point. So he's going to run and just try to probably just bounce off of her, but he's going for her to make sure she doesn't melt or something.
All right, so let's treat this as an unarmed strike.
Oh, God.
But because you're trying to tackle her, you're going to use athletics for your attack roll,
Oh,
essentially,
that's almost worse. Okay.
against her AC.
Athletics.
But I would like to give you advantage because she is not bracing for an attack or in combat in her mindset in any way, and she's very distracted by these
Gotcha.
lights. So you have advantage on an athletics check to see if you can
Gonna
tackle
need every
her.
bit. Let's see how this goes. That is a 17 for the first run, and a 9 for the second roll.
All right, does a 17 break your AC, Edwina?
It does. Without my breastplate, it does.
That's right. You took it off to be pretty.
All right, Roland. So go ahead and let's see what your damage is for your unarmed strike. And you
Yep.
hit her. She's so distracted. Edwina goes down and shaken out of that stupor.
He's just trying to kind of grab her and almost like his little body up around her shoulders and trying to pull her down and backwards just so she doesn't get closer to it. Unarmed strike.
That's a healthy unarmed strike there.
Yeah, how much damage did you cause, Roland?
How the hell?
Do you have a negative modifier for strength?
You healed her.
So how much damage did you cause there, Roland?
I managed to roll a -1.
All right. That really hurt your shoulder. Roland, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from tackling Edwina.
It's like running
Edwina
out.
now feels better than she did before.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, man.
I've literally
I got blood on
lived
my
through this
coat. Oh,
experience trying to tackle someone who was much bigger than me, and yeah, my shoulder hurt for days. So these are
Yep,
facts.
sounds about right. Should have hit her with the loot.
Woulda, shoulda,
Yep.
coulda. All right, Roland, did you want to
Yeah.
do any more movement? Get up, bonus action, or are you done?
Crud. I've got Edwina, bonus action. Oh, I see Eldrin over by Lord Andario, and I know what he's kind of doing. Plus, we want this dude's attention.
That's our payday.
He looks over at Eldrin and says, "Get up, get down, get funky," and gives him inspiration.
Nice. All right, so Eldrin has a bardic inspiration. It lasts for 10 minutes, and it's a D8. Sweet. All right, is that end your turn, Roland?
Yes, that ends my turn.
All right, we've got our other half of the people in the room, and again, 1/3 of them are like, "Oh, it's so pretty," just kind of zombie walking closer, and the other ones are like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" Counicorn. It had been looking at Raceland, who tried to do some weird voodoo stuff to it, but not anymore. It just turns its head and slowly looks at those lights, starts drooling a little bit, and then just starts taking little teeny tiny cow steps forward towards them. The Foxacor hunters at this point, one is still out, the other one is in a crate. The door to the crate is open, and it, same thing as the cow, just kind of looks at the lights, a couple steps closer, and that's it. It can't do anything else. I'm going to take the Roostatrices off of the order because they are all bundled up safely at this point. They are removed from combat, and we are at Raceland.
Raceland is going to step in and give Lord Ondario a solid punch in the grill.
I was helping you.
All right.
But in a friendly way.
Go ahead and do an unarmed strike.
He's been waiting for years
Open-handed.
to do this.
This is non-lethal. I think you should specify.
Well,
Is it?
that is
Is
the
it?
intent, but, accidents do
This
happen.
is how you accidentally kill children, is when you specify it's not lethal.
I was going to say, yeah, Aaron knows that. There's been previous adventures. All right, go ahead and roll an unarmed strike against Lord Ondario.
That would... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I guess I have a...
You don't get your archery bonus, but you get the first number.
Well, that would be at 11.
11 breaks his armor class.
Hell.
So, oh! Punch Lord Ondario in the noggin.
And does, 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
My nose!
Wake up, buddy. Get off this Counicorn.
I just want to keep track of how many times you guys have said Counicorn, so then I can ask you later, do you ever think that you would say Counicorn 36 times in your adult life?
I prefer Unicow, but
I think that's why she did Counicorn.
I thought that, but then I thought Counicorn sounded a little more ridiculous, and if it was Lord Ondario's idea, of course it would be the stupider.
yeah, I could see that.
All right, so you're able to sock Lord Ondario in the face. Oh! He puts a hand on his bloody nose now, and he's not focused on the lights anymore. He's kind of looking around like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
That felt so good. And that's going to end... Well, no. First, Raceland's going to say, seriously, get off the Counicorn. Because things are going sideways here. And that is going to end Raceland's turn.
All right, and now the robed man that had started the spell just continues to twist his wrist and wiggle his fingers and just keep those light patterns going, and he's barking out orders to the other people in the robes with the blue hat, and they are able to get the other Foxacor hunter into the same crate, close it, lock it, and then they are able to go over to the Counicorn and actually get its halter on, because it's just like pretty lights. Get the halter on, and they're now slowly starting to move them towards the back of the room, away from everybody. So I will say at this point, all of the creatures have been contained in some capacity. If you guys would like to continue an initiative, we totally can. Up to you guys, or I would say that the immediate threat has passed. I'm happy to end combat at this
Shove the
point.
bag in his lap and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm good with ending combat. I will say, as Edwina's
Yeah.
shaken from her stupor, like she had Roland run into her and he bounced off, it'd be like, oh, pretty lights. Oh, Roland, did you see the pretty lights?
Yes. Ow.
Did she drop the bag and have the dragon head just roll out?
I mean, it would still be tucked up on her shoulder. So, I mean, I don't think so.
It didn't even fall off when Roland hit her.
It could be laying on Roland,
Yeah.
crushing him.
She swings around and smacks Roland as he's trying to get up. I didn't see you there. But no, so Edwina's going to, no threat. Lights are gone. She's going to turn, and the Counicorn is still in the room. They haven't let it away yet.
I would say they're trying to turn it to go away, and Lord Endario is kind of swinging his legs over to slide down from the count of corners. They're trying to turn it to walk it away right now.
Edwina is going to turn to Lord Endario. She's
Please pet the count of corners. Please pet the
That's where I thought she was going.
well.
Unarmed strike the count of
This
corn.
is Edwina, right? So like she's very simple, straightforward task. But the threat is gone, so there's no simple, straightforward task anymore. So the only next simple, straightforward task is the bag under her arm. And so she's going to turn to Lord Francis. You are so noble, yet so like me.
Brilliant.
Just stop there. Just stop there.
We did the thing that you asked for, and she's going to take the bag off of her shoulder, and she's going to swing it in an arc around her, probably nearly missing Lord Endario, drop it at her feet, and pull the dragon head out. We did this. Now pay us so we can leave this maddening kingdom.
I'm picturing Roland taking one to the grill when she swings that thing around now.
Roland just ducked. I think Roland needs a dexterity saving throw to see if he actually didn't get hit by the bag, to be honest.
Sounds good.
Don't you know you're not supposed
If
to
you're gonna
say
ask,
those
if you're
things?
gonna
Yep.
ask for it,
And he actually did save. I was kind
all
of
right,
hoping he
Edwina,
did.
how wildly are you? How wildly are you swinging this bag? Is it just like drop it, swing it, open it, and so it'd be a higher DC, or is it like you're kind of doing it up high just to?
I'm imagining so like purse coming off the shoulder, and then like both hands, like because it's still heavy. It's a 65-pound head. It's gonna like swing it in front of her, kind of like in a gentle arc, and then drop it. So there's gonna be that like wet thud of like a head hitting the ground, and then reaching both hands into it, lifts the dragon head up. We did the thing. Pay us. Kind of shoving the head towards Lord Endario, so we can get out of this maddening kingdom.
All right. So, what DC is your swing for Roland to try and panic roll out of the way and not get hit by it?
I would have had like an 18, so
26.
43. All right. Ooh, what did you roll there, Roland?
I had a 25. So,
It's like he saw it coming. It's like he's been around her long enough to know.
Yeah. Well, what I think Roland would do if with a roll that high, he kind of knew, and he sees her already talking, and he's a little worried about how this might play out. I think he wants to roll under the bag, stand, dip his hat, and say, "We're here to deliver," and kind of put a little charm
just like
on
at the end, like a little nugget.
Flourishy as always.
And Lord Endario goes, "Oh, what's that?"
I killed this in a farm in Kynesburn. And you sent us there to deal with the problem, and this was the problem. And Roland says when things are complicated, you hit it. So we all hit it, like a lot.
Nickel.
Nickel.
So many heads.
Yeah, Eldrin will speak up. This is one of the 6 heads that was on the beast that we felled.
And at that point, when you say that, Sir Archival Magistrate, who is still doing those hand gestures and just keeping the creatures calm, he actually drops his hand at this point and goes, "My lord, this should be discussed elsewhere. This room is frantic enough." "Oh, yes. Let's retire to my study. Can you put that back in the bag, and can you carry it there? It looks really heavy."
If you add another 50 gold onto your bounty for each of us.
Roll an intimidation check.
Roland looks at her and goes, "Who the
Well, she's
hell are
mad.
you?"
But she's also wearing a lot of pink and ruffles and lace.
Pink.
That is a 5.
Should have inspired her. Damn it.
And as you say that, he kind of looks back over at Sir Archival Magistrate and like furrows his brows for just a second, and he says, "You don't need to discuss this here. We can discuss that up in my study. Let's go.
Headed in the bag.
Yeah, don't say lead the way.
Now just follow the script. You've got this. Yes, yes? Okay. Do you want to sound like this? Well, you too can have a sultry sounding voice like me for only 5 gold pieces up front or 4 weekly payments of 1 gold piece each. You will receive a month's supply of Nessie's cod liver oil lozenges. Are you sure about this? It seems expensive. Just read the script, Nessie. But just yesterday I heard one of those gods talking about this new thing, NatFun. They have a Patreon where people can sign up to get stuff for free. And their paid levels start as low as only $2 a month. That's way cheaper than this scam. We've been over this. Just follow the script. Yes, yes. Yeah. In as little as 15 years, you can sound like me with Nessie's cod liver oil lozenges. Come to the Grand Manor to sign up today. I think I'm going to check out that NatFun thing. It sounds way simpler. I can't work like this. And he'll kind of turn around and he'll walk past you, Raceland, because you haven't kind of spoken up at this point. Does Raceland say or do anything as Lord Andario's walking past you?
No, he's just going to follow Lord Andario up towards the study, but he is going to look over at Edwina and say, hey, could you get that thing back in the bag?
Everybody's always saying they just need like a big, strong man, and then when a big, strong woman comes up, she still has to carry the purse.
It's a very nice purse, honey. Roland has one question. Is the one remaining rooster-trees that he talked to death laying about, or did they put it in a bag and hope that it's still alive?
They have collected all of the creatures.
He's just making sure nobody can blame him for it. He's just looking around. Nobody knows he talked
Roland
to death.
embarrassed a cock to death is what happened.
It was very little, and it was ugly.
Nickel.
All right.
There's so many jokes. I'm just going to move on. We talked about aiming for
we are
PG-13,
PG-13.
and we just
We're right over.
we just step on that and smush its face every single episode. Okay, so you guys
Following the man.
follow Lord Andario. He walks through the large ballroom, which is about half populated because everyone kind of broke into small groups to just, oh my gosh, did you see that thing? Oh, it almost pecked me. It was terrifying. And he leads you guys through the grand ballroom, through the kind of entrance hall where you had originally done your trials, and there was the whole flying snake show, and out to the west hall, and to those big, rounded, gorgeous, stained wood staircase up to his study. This is actually the room that you guys all talked just outside of when he introduced you to himself and told you what the bounty was. And you, Raceland, this is the room that you talked to him before in your session 0. So you come in, large room, oversized desk. There's a couple of big tapestries of region maps almost on the walls. And he goes around and puts his hands on the desk. Well, that was spectacular, if I do say so myself. Entertaining, right? Terrifying. But terror can be entertaining. What do you think?
Raceland is going to speak up and say, what I think is we'd all like to get paid and get out of here because we've kind of had enough of your shenanigans, Lord Andario. With all due respect.
I appreciate your respect, Raceland. So, what is this thing, by the way? I know that you and I talked at length, Raceland. I knew something was doing something. I had lots of reports from the further regions of Astrante, but I had no idea what it was. Was it a dragon? Is that what you had?
This would be a chimera. Specifically,
no.
If you want to get specific, I believe this particular chimera escaped from someone's collection, and kind of gives him a stern look.
Oh, not Sir Reginald Peppercorns.
Can
Well, it
Eldrin
isn't Barney.
do an insight check to see if he believes what Lord Andario is actually saying? If he's actually convinced by his statements here?
That its name is Sir Reginald
Yeah.
Peppercorns?
That he didn't know as much about this creature, that the creature was the one leading the attack.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. That's a 13.
So, when you do an insight check, the other person can do one of two things. They can roll persuasion or deception. If they're actually being honest, it's persuasion. If they are lying to you, it's deception. And the person that does that roll on the insight check side doesn't have to tell you which of the two things they rolled. They just tell you the result. So, he rolled a 22.
I think you believe him.
Mother.
He's quite the charismatic person.
Yeah.
So, as you are hearing all of this stuff, you're getting this is this guy for real? Is he really that? There's that little stuff between his ears. And the more he talks, you can hear that he has this bravado about him, but you can kind of hear his voice coming down a little bit, and he is holding eye contact with Raceland. He's talking to him, treating him like an individual. This guy really seems to believe everything that he's selling.
All right.
Continuing that eye contact, Raceland was going to look at him and say, regardless of the situation, you promised us 2,000 gold pieces. We've delivered the thing that you asked us to deliver, and we expect that you're going to make good on those 2,000 gold pieces.
Of course, Rayson. We've known each other for years. And I brought you here for not just this one task. This was just the start of something great, remember? You have such little trust in me. And he pulls open a desk drawer, pulls out a small piece of parchment. What do you call yourselves? I'll have my servants drop the gold, but who are we paying? Nessie's quite serious about the books.
Oh boy. What was that?
I warned you guys.
What was that thing you muttered about?
Make it
something
out to
about-
Eldrin. E-L-D-R-A-N.
I think he's looking for something group-tastic there, Eldrin. Didn't you call us something
Oh, and Edwina's
sufficient
going
or
to pipe up.
something?
I remember. You said we were all semi-competent adventurers. To the SCA.
That's good enough for me.
SCA. Call us the SCA. Good enough.
Ska.
Concise. SCA.
Ah, that's an interesting name. You all look perfectly competent to me, but okay, Ska. That has a nice ring to it, Ska.
SCA.
Write something down on that parchment. You see SCA, and he folds it up and he walks over to the wall in his study, which is the wall that is along the kind of round room that you just came from. And he actually takes his finger and rotates up a piece of the molding that's in the wall, and it spins up, and you see there's a teeny tiny little slit, and he slides the paper through the slit and starts tapping his toe. And a few seconds go by, and then foop, something pulls the paper out of his fingers. He slides the molding back down. Ah, they'll have it waiting for you when you leave. So, tell me about this chimera. Was it a valiant battle?
Well,
Did it put up a fight?
Did it
will
Dazzle.
Lord Magic Staff be joining us to talk about it?
I don't have a magic staff.
I do.
Sir something or other who oversaw our selection and the gathering of our little critters in there. Is he coming in here? He seemed to know something about this.
I believe he's dealing with the last grand reveal. Do you have questions for him?
So you wanted to know about the
I look-
battle, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We showed up, and this thing was real mad. It was eating a sheep. The goat head was eating a sheep. Do you know how messed up that is?
Ooh, tell me more. And he walks over and slides his chair up to the desk and then just puts his elbows on and just plunk, drops his chin in his hands like a little kid, like, oh, tell me more.
There were a lot of butt heads.
2 butt heads.
Oh God, the butt heads.
Ah!
Yeah.
But
There's a lot of butt heads here too.
Lord Endario,
I have a question for you, though.
Oh, hold on. She's telling me something. Hold on, Raceland.
you seem real excited about this. Like, this is not a good thing. Like, I've been around a while, and while I don't remember most of that time, I'm pretty sure having a chimera loose in your kingdom is not a good thing.
Oh, probably not. They keep telling me that it's a bad thing. But I just thought it sounded exciting. You guys seemed excited. I told you to come back and regale me with your victory. Wasn't that the exact thing I told you when you left? This is a pretty weak regaling.
Did you let this thing go just so that we could come back and tell you a good story?
Obviously not, Raceland. I called you here for help. Do you not remember?
Eldon's gonna ask, why do you even have this creature? To begin with, why did you even have this?
So, Daddy was a great man. He always talked about true kindness and the 3 R's, Francis. Relief, refuge, and research. They make the world a better place. He was fascinated by wild creatures. He even hired different people from across the realm, Raceland included, to acquire rare creatures and oftentimes save them from scenarios that were dire for them. And his research wasn't just for sport, like so many believe. Nasty rumors. He actually cared about the creatures almost as much as he cared about the people of Astrante. His research taught us so much about how to protect ourselves from wild creatures, but also how to protect those creatures from us. He provided refuge and sanctuary for not only the people that needed it, like the Dayrune followers, but also the creatures that needed it. I remember when your friend brought Sir Reginald Peppercorn. He was just a teeny tiny baby chimera. It makes me so sad.
Wait. Edwina's gonna hold up her hand. You just wanted us to tell you a story about us killing this thing. But now you're sad? Roland, I'm so confused.
Welcome to being grown up.
Has she never had 2 emotions at once?
I don't know if she's ever had 2 emotions. She's pretty happy. She's pretty happy usually. You don't want to see the other emotion. She does have 2, actually. You don't want the other one. Now,
Well, I just thought you would want to regale me of your victory. If I were an adventurer, I would be so proud of the amazing things that I did. But to answer your question, Daddy has a collection of creatures. They are protected by our family, and he has had different researchers from around the country come to Astrante to do their research and produce great works. Some of the alarms that you see in the larger cities that ward off trolls and the like, it's because of his research. He found the proper tone that they dislike, and it caused less trolls wandering on farming lands.
I appreciate that. What's this? And he holds up the sketch of the symbol.
Two people hugging.
Scarecrow.
Do you not know what this symbol is, Lord Ondario?
I do not know what that symbol is. Do you know what that symbol is, Raceland?
Raceland is going to look at Roland and say, tell him where you saw that at.
This was on the back ear of Mr. Peppercorn, your favorite animal. Well, he was rampaging and trying to kill us.
Well, he wasn't my favorite, to be
It
fair.
faded after he tried to kill us all. So something magic was controlling him. Well, he tried to eat us. And quite successfully, I might add.
Maybe we should get the guy
He
had.
ate one of you? Which one did he eat?
He tried.
You tried.
Show me the
Fine.
scars.
Maybe we should get your friend in here,
Edwina
the one who was charming the
Does
animals.
also want.
Yeah.
Remember, simple woman. Fine, and she's going to lift up kind of like the sleeve of
God.
her dress and be like, "This is where one of the claws got me," and then she's gonna pull up the other side and she's like, "And this is where the dragon head bit me," and then she's gonna lift up her skirt and she's like, "And you see those marks down there? Some of those
God.
are from claws too."
So when you do the first shoulder, he's like, oh my. And then you do the second shoulder, he's like, oh, the life of an adventurer is so exciting. You just have so many stories. And as you start to pull up your skirt, he's like, oh, no. You're good. You're done. Thank you.
Save that for a rendezvous or something.
And she's gonna just put her skirt, let it fall back to the ground. But this thing, like, you talk about it like it was kind, and it wasn't kind to me at all.
I was on fire.
Well, I am admittedly quite sorry. I had no idea something like this was what was out and about. But my special SCA Squad.
SCA Squad. Wow. No horns here.
Hold on. I just wanted to give a second for it to sink in for all you guys.
I
To
like
see
the
if you
Ska
liked it or
Squad.
not. I was waiting for some reactions. So, full disclosure, you did a fantastic job. You stopped something far more powerful than I even expected. And correct me if I'm wrong, you keep talking about it had lots of heads and heads and heads. Chimeras have 3 heads, right? And there's 4 of you, so that should have been quite manageable, I assume?
It kept growing more heads.
No. Oh my gosh.
Like an open bar, more came.
I've never heard of anything like that before. Huh.
What is your scientist over there up to?
Can we get him in the room?
Oh. I'll answer the first thing first. So, I remember Sir Archival Magistrate did mention that the Chimera could be one of the creatures that got out. We're still sorting through that mess, by the way. But, yes, Sir Archival Magistrate, he is the smartest man I've ever known. So, when Daddy died, it's been about a year,
Yeah.
he came. Sir Archival Magistrate. He came with lots and lots of groups of people. And they were all making pitches to me about what I needed to do or how much they would pay me for Estrante. But not Sam, that's what I call him. He sat and waited for days for everyone else to go, to leave. He was the last man I spoke with. He asked me what I wanted to do in the wake of Daddy's death. And I remember his smile clear as day when I told him I wanted to be greater than my father. He told me he would do everything in his power to make that happen. We could achieve greatness together. And so we set to work. He moved his research into the lower wing of the manor and has been tirelessly working ever since.
Sounds like a good pitchman.
I want to take all the great work Daddy did and make it even better. Sam believes in me. And he says the more I fund his research, the greater our works will be. How amazing! Was the Countercorn. That was my favorite. But the Foxicore Hunters, really? To be able to go out and get food for people? That effectively? Come on. That's great, isn't it?
Edwina's gonna kind of like nod, like he's making a point. Like, yeah, I guess like that could be cool. Like, but the and shake her head as she's like thinking.
Roland's just gonna glare at Raceland. He's just glaring at Raceland at this point.
But you don't consider what happens when these creatures escape. Especially something as powerful as this chimera.
Or when they decide that people are the food.
Well, now you're making me sad again. This whole two emotions thing is awful. Ugh. And he reaches down and pats his thigh quickly a few times. Princess, come cheer me up. And you hear a little bell from the back corner of the room. And it was kind of like behind some small shelves. And there's this little bit of pillow with nice little tassels on the edge sticking out. And you see it kind of move a little bit. And you hear a little bell. And then you see two big black paws with claws stretched just on the other side of that pillow. And then standing up and walking calmly out into the space is a displacer beast. It doesn't seem to be phasing in and out like the ones you would have seen in the past, because you all have been adventuring for a while. You're level 12. You would have seen a displacer beast by now. It is just as solid as an elk or a wolf. And you notice it has bells and pink bows on all of its tails, the tips of its ears, and its pink collar. And it comes over, goes right next to Lord Indario, sits down, and then you watch it start to open its mouth and show its teeth, and it yawns, and then plops her head on his lap, and he starts petting her head. Oh, princess, thank you.
Roland is on his feet and 2 steps back behind Raceland, looking at him like, what is this? No words. He's trying to play it cool, but he is not comfy here.
I also lost.
This is Princess. Isn't she beautiful? You're Raceland, you have a pet. You have Kodo.
My pet isn't really a pet. He's more of a companion to begin with. And secondly, isn't likely to kill me or able to kill me.
Oh, princess, you wouldn't kill me, would you? And he puts his hands underneath her chin and pulls her face up and starts nuzzling her little nose.
I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Oh, do. And he keeps petting her.
We would still like to speak to Lord Archibald, or Sir Archibald
Sam.
Magistrate.
Sam the man.
Sam is easier.
Just so you know, he doesn't like the name Sam.
Oh,
He prefers Sir Archival
Good.
Magistrate. I've been
I'll
corrected
save it.
many times.
I don't like having to go out and hunt down a chimera that somebody let loose and was clearly controlling based on the magical rune on the back of his ear. And yet
Something-
here we are.
You liked and was in a place where it was supposed to be and then isn't in a place where it was supposed to be, and then my coat got burnt and I'm cranky and I don't like the rain and I'm here now.
Whoa,
Never mind.
Roland,
Sorry.
it's
I'm fine.
calm down. You're fine. We're all here.
It's all good. It's fine.
Well, in Raceland, this is why I appreciate you so much. It shouldn't have been out. Nothing's ever gotten out before. We started getting reports of griffin sightings, which is unusual in this part of the realm, and there were a few strange reports of some cave-dwelling creatures not native to here from loggers, and then one of the caretakers found a dead unicorn in the collection. It had claw marks and burns across its body, which now with what you're telling me makes a little more sense. Sir Archival Magistrate and his apprentices had investigated and found multiple barriers to be malfunctioning, including the Chimera barrier, which I did not know about until after you had departed. I just knew something was eating livestock, I swear.
Raceland would like to do an insight check on that and see if he is telling the truth or not.
Yeah, Roland was just about to.
Go for it.
He's starting to trust the guy and he doesn't like it. He was going to do the same thing.
Raceland is not trusting this guy any further than he can throw him.
It's better than trusting him further than Edwina could throw him.
What'd you roll for insight?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, mother.
Raceland
Roland doesn't
rolled
need
a
to check.
22.
Nice. Lord Andario rolled a 10. So as
Sucker.
he's saying, I honestly didn't know, you look at him and you don't see him for who he is right now. You see him as the little boy you first met him as. And you can tell he is just as earnest in this moment as he was when he was a small child. He's absolutely telling the truth.
So with that knowledge, Raislin's going to turn and look at everyone else and say, look, he's telling the truth, but we've now asked to speak to Sam several times, and you have ignored us every time. Someone knows what's going on here, and if it's not you, it has to be him and his little crew.
I think we've got a puppet
So
master behind the scenes here. I've seen a showman.
Let's get
I've
him
seen
in
a
here.
shyster.
Oh, I
Me
love
too.
puppets.
And Edwina's going to just pat the top of Fluffy's
Edwina, do you
head.
want to show him the puppet show?
Can I really? Okay, now if you really want to hear a good story, well, you didn't like my first story I told, recalling her challenge, but this is Fluffy.
Well, you did break the stool. That was
One of
pretty
my
impressive.
few skills.
If we don't see the man, she might break another one.
Roland, is this... she's going to be like, oh, yeah, this is Fluffy. And Roland say that. Oh, wait, Roland, is this getting complicated? Okay. Anyway, so this is Fluffy, and she's like, does Fluffy and Princess want to play?
Ooh, that would be fun. Princess, and he picks her head up. Do you want to play with Fluffy? And then he uses his hands to turn Princess's head to look at the puppet. And you hear a deep... because he's scritching under her chin. He's like, oh, it might be fun, but
Okay, well,
she's comfy where she's at.
Fluffy also slayed the Chimera, and she's going to tuck it back into her belt loop.
Well, Eldrin's going to speak up here. And he's going to say, listen, I have no interest in future jobs. I'm looking for the money in my hand right now. I don't care who runs this show. I'm moving on to the next city and getting the hell away from here. But it seems to me that the silence on the story of everything you just told us would be worth at least twice the bounty of what we initially set out for.
Well.
Dun dun dun.
But I answered all your questions. I wasn't silent at all.
But does everyone out there know that? Because I could sell this story out there. Everyone thinks you're here helping them, but truthfully, you've got these very savage creatures locked up here that they're not aware of, and the fact is that they're escaping here.
Escaping and causing a lot of damage.
People do know that we have a collection. Rumors get out. As far as things escaping, that is new. I'm sure it will be gossip around town. I don't know.
Do they know you have chimeras that regrow
They tell me that I'm
heads?
not good with marketing or publicity.
Oh, the heads.
I mean, they suggested that we try and handle the situation. We're still learning what's going on, but I don't know. What do you think I should do?
If it's complicated, hit it.
Bring the magic man. We can start that process.
Okay, well, I know that you think that I'm all-powerful. Yes, I am alluring, I'm wonderful, I'm magnificent, but
All your words.
I'm not really the bossy type. And I don't control people. People like to do things for me. That's my appeal. So I can't summon Sir Archival Magistrate. I can grant you access to go speak with him. Is that what you're asking me for?
Maybe we should go find him instead of asking for him to be brought to us.
Yep.
Maybe we can collect our...
Let's just have a little
Things on the
conversation
way.
here. If, let's just say, we investigate something and we find out there's more animals missing through whatever process there might be, however that might be, through some conversations, would that be worth a reward?
Okay, maybe we're not on the same page here.
It's another job.
You're my SCA Squad, and we're working
Yes,
together.
and another
Yes.
job.
And Raceland is the one in charge of the group.
Yes.
So I don't understand why everyone else is demanding money from me. But the last time this happened, I spent 5 days having everyone offer me money to just take Astrante away and ruin Daddy's legacy. I don't like it when
We're
people
trying
do that.
to fix Daddy's legacy. If we figure out how to fix Daddy's animal farm, would that be worth us continuing to be paid under your kindness?
Raceland, you know me. You know Daddy. I don't like how they're talking about him. He was a good
That's what we're
man.
trying to fix.
I don't know anything else.
I think what he's trying to say here is that if anything else does come up missing, he'll reach out and let us know. And in the meantime, I think we should stop running around chasing our tail and talking in circles and just head back to the front, grab our cash, and collect our things from Lala, and maybe go get a beverage.
Oh yeah, by the way, you should go visit Lala. She's amazing. You'll love her. Buy your things there. She's great. Tell her
Yeah.
I sent you.
Velma made this dress. She's gonna like blush.
Velma. And the hat.
Oh, I like it. Take it out for a spin.
Okay. And she's gonna, leave the bag on the table, scoot back a little bit, and then do like this, awkward like dancing spin, like multiple feet. It's not like graceful.
I love
And performance check.
I love that you were actually dancing. Oh, I
Ooh.
should have inspired that.
Is a 9.
You step on the cat's tail.
Don't step on the cat's tail.
As you start to spin and he sees that you're kind of awkward on your feet, Lord Nero goes, Princess, go lay down. And he kind of pushes his hands on his thighs to stand up real quick, and he comes over and he puts his arm out and he kind of does like a catch with you as you're starting to kind of slip, and he tries to like help you and catch you, and almost like a dance move where he pulls you in close.
Oh.
That was great. Keep doing it. Keep practicing, and you'll only get better. And you can hear the bells as Princess goes back over and lays down on the bed.
Oh. Yeah, I can keep practicing. This is like the first time a man has like touched Edwina, in her knowledge, in a way that's like not like a hey, atta girl, pat on the back. So like she's blushing a little bit.
Hey, now.
Roland's got an eyebrow raised to the ceiling, looking at Raceland, going, "What the hell?"
I'm going to roll a perception check for Lord Ondario right now to see if he notices you blushing.
I feel like we should leave the room.
He rolled a dirty 20.
Oh, how
So
dirty is
he's
it?
going to lean in real close. He's going to lean in real close to you, Edwina, and say, maybe you can come back later and show me those other scars.
Oh.
And with that, Raceland is going to turn and leave the room.
Yep. Roland tips his hat, spins on his heel, says, "This one's all yours. I'm out."
Wait. Eldrin?
Eldrin's out. He is, this has all been done.
Eldrin cast invisibility. He's been gone for like 3 minutes, guys.
Just don't hit it. Well, maybe hit it a little bit.
All right, Eldrin, you were saying.
Oh,
Sorry.
he'll leave too. There's no point in having any more conversation. Just take his money and leave.
Money's-
And Lord Ondario is just going to wink at you, Edwina, and then he's going to see that everyone's starting to leave. Oh, but before you go, you wanted to speak to Sir Arkeville Magistrate.
God.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to go back in that room.
Oh, well, then you'll need these.
God, I gotta go back in that room. Roland goes back.
And Lord Ondario, because he still is kind of holding you in that like little dance catch move. You come find me. I won't find you. It's your choice. And he walks over to the desk, opens a drawer, and pulls out 4 small.
Yeah.
Wow, Jeremy, I can't tell if you're laughing or choking or dying. Maybe all 3 at once.
That was some silky smooth stuff right there.
Rendezvous.
And so he grabs 4 very thin compared to the armbands that you have, light blue silk armbands that have, remember the coin that you guys got it has that seal on it, but there's kind of like a little gem cut into that blue line that goes through the middle of the shield. And he gives you guys 4 and says, "It's quite late this evening, but I'm sure that he'll be able to receive you tomorrow. This was the last grand reveal that was with his work. The other ones are just a little more showy and for fun."
Well, we wish you luck on those.
Edwina's gonna like take it and like kind of like touch his hand as she does and says, "Maybe I will come find you."
I hope you do.
Oh, Lord.
Side note, GM, how tall is Lord Indario?
He's pretty tall. He's over 6 feet tall.
Yeah, she's into it.
You got an all access.
And with the
pass,
pompadour,
man.
he's like 6'10".
Call me the love master.
So you guys are able to walk out of the room, and as you walk out into that big round entrance hall, you can see at the bottom of the stairs there's that little half circle of servants, and you see Beatrice, and she hears the door close. What was it? Semi-competent adventurers? Yes, I have your gold.
Excellent.
I regret
Finally.
Semi-competent, but full-on sexy.
And on that note, we are going to end tonight's session.
So we still haven't
I
been
want my
paid.
money.
She's got our gold, and we still
Get
don't
her.
have it.
Attack her!
I gotta tell you, this
Ooh, it's a little
episode.
warm in here. Aaron, are you warm, or is it
You
just
know,
me?
they
This
say-
episode took a whole different turn than what I was expecting.
You should be a little gay with your friends. Like that's how you know. I'm a little.
Don't let anyone tell you anything.
I'm actually like blushing a little bit over here. So like, oh, Jackie.
Oh, lordy.
All right, well, thank you guys. That was a really fun session. I'm excited to see what happens
I
next.
bet.
It's kind of unknown territory at this point. And on that note,
We hope you can find yourself a table.
Or a computer.
And some friends.
So you can roll into your own NatFun.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See if we get paid next
bye,
week.
guys.
Keep it PG-13.
See you next week.
Don't do anything
Let's see if they
Edwina
really
wouldn't
get
do.
paid.
How about them
Oh, yeah.
scars?
I think
Brown
that's
chicken,
what did
brown
it for
cow.
Lord Daria. It's like, oh, yeah.
So, what grand reveal could be in store for our semi-competent adventurers next week? What dastardly plots does Sir Archival Magistrate have? Will they ever actually get paid for this bounty? And most importantly, will Lord Indario and Edwina get together? Well, keep tuning into this NatFun adventure of When Thunder Rolls to find out. And if you feel you need more NatFun in your life, come check us out on Patreon. We have lots of fun stuff available at both the free and paid tier. I hope to see you here next week, and until then, I hope you can find yourself a table or a computer and some friends so you can roll into your own NatFun.